What's up, beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am here to give you guys my top 10 cozy reads for 2022. A lot of you guys said that you appreciate me adding more book content on the channel. And as far as like my free time goes, like that's what I have been doing. When I have a little bit of free time, I read, and I'm a pretty quick reader, so I get through stuff pretty quickly. I have read 100 books this year already. And I have read some amazing ones, and so I have some really dope suggestions here for you guys, and they are all written by people of color. So, if you're interested in seeing my top cozy reads for 2022, these are reads that are going to make your heart happy. I only have one creepy one. I have one thriller because I had to throw it in here because nobody talks about it. But if you just want to get up, get your blanket, get your hot chocolate, sit in front of the fireplace, all that good stuff with a good ass book, just keep on watching. Y'all, I have fallen in love with so many good books this year. So many different Black authors, authors of color. I mostly read Black books. But I have really been put on this year. I'm going to put some of my favorite book talkers in the description box below for you guys to follow. These are people that always put me on to really bomb-ass books. So let's go ahead and get right into it. This one is actually the sequel. My mom is currently reading the first book in the series, and this one just came out, and I'm so excited. This is Bloodmarked by Tracy Deonn, and this is book 2 in the Legendborn cycle. I'm so excited. This literally came in the mail like yesterday, and I can't wait to crack this open. The first book in the series is Legendborn. And if you are in the book community, especially if you are a brown girl like me, I'm sure you've heard of Legendborn. This book is amazing, and I feel like this is the perfect read if you're trying to get into fantasy, but you can't really handle too much world building. You can't handle too much going on with different magic systems. Although I do assume that the magic systems in this book are going to be a little bit more than what were in the first book. The main character here is Bree, and she has recently entered into an early college program at UNC Chapel Hill. She is dealing with the recent loss of her mother. She is thrust into this world of a magical secret society to which she finds out likely has much to do with her mother's passing. And so she enters into this quest to discover how her mother did in fact die, and she finds out so much about herself and her ancestry, and all about the magic in this book. It's secret society. We're talking racism, classism, all of that stuff. But this book is so heartwarming because Bree's journey and Bree as a character is just everything to me. She has so much potential to be full of life, and the way that she handles grief and the way that she develops these friendships and comes into her own self is just absolutely remarkable, and I absolutely love her. So many people focus on the situations with Nick and Cel, which are two potential love interests in the book. But this is all Bree. I could care less about Nick and Cel at the end of the day because Bree's journey and the way that she grows throughout this book are just phenomenal. This is YA, but I feel like this is just for anybody. To me, this is kind of like a new classic. I absolutely loved Legendborn. I can't wait to dive into Bloodmarked. So yeah. Bloodmarked by Tracy Deonn. Next book I don't have here with me. I picked it up at the library, but I will be purchasing a physical copy soon. And that is Honey and Spice by Bolu Babalola. Y'all, this book was literally like the warmest hug that I did not know that I needed. Look, I am not into college romance, okay? I have read a few, and I wouldn't recommend really any of them because a lot of times I find them to be cringy and unrealistic in a way that like you can't really get into the story. You get what I'm saying? Look, Honey and Spice, listen, favorite college romance, hands down, of all time. Honey and Spice is like if Dear White People met Love Jones. It is culture. It is swagger. It is love and discovery and warmth. It's found family. Like, I can't get over how much I love this book. Kiki, the main character, like, she's that bitch. Like, Beyonce, I'm That Girl, that is Kiki. She is that girl. And she has built this reputation off of being that loner. She doesn't belong to a clique. She does her own thing. And she's kind of like hands off, right? She has her own radio show at her college where she gives advice out to the women of the school, usually about the brothers at the school. And Malachi transfers to Whitewell and he shakes up everything. And when he and Kiki meet, it is instant sparks. And they embark on a fake dating journey, which, like, is like, are y'all really fake dating? Like, we all know they're not really fake dating. We know y'all like each other. It was so cute. Malachi is, I love Malachi because he is so cocky, but at the same time, he is vulnerable and he is insecure. And he is just so good to Kiki. If I had a guy like Malachi in college, I never would have let him go in college. I would have kept him. That would be my man. I love their journey. I love their love story. I love their friendship story because they really, truly did become friends before they really acknowledged who they were together. It's so good. Like I said, it's like a warm cup of hot cocoa, a soft hug. I love that book so much. Honey and Spice by Bolu Babalola. If you have not read it, I highly suggest it. That is one of my 5-star reads for 2022. I love a good memoir. I feel like when you read a memoir, you know it's good when you feel like you're sitting down like at a cozy coffee shop with that person and just retelling their life. And if you are a Black guy, gal, they, them, you need to read Cicely Tyson's memoir. Just As I Am is absolutely fabulous. It is a lot. Cicely had a lot to say, but Cicely lived a lot of life, okay? To see the barriers that she broke down, the things that she overcame, and the overall spirituality that lived within this woman, I don't know. I just always felt like watching her on screen, listening to her in interviews and in other forms, I just felt like there was just something about her. And I feel like we all know what I mean. You know, like sometimes you see people and you're like, there's something about that person. She definitely had a spark in her that a whole lot of people just didn't have. And to read about her journey, her childhood, her family, going into her acting career. And honestly, like, this book gave me a lot of hope because you guys know I have really struggled with my career, battling between kind of helping myself when it comes to my health issues and, you know, finding a footing within my career. And Cicely Tyson did not get her start when she was like 25, okay? And to hear all the things that she went through and all of the setbacks that she had, and to see her start such an iconic journey at a point in her life that many people would have considered to be very late, y'all, absolute inspiration. There were so many times reading this book that I cried, but also so many times that I laughed out loud. Cicely was a trip. If you have not read this, I highly suggest Just As I Am. And the introduction to this book was also done by Viola Davis. And reading that made me know that her memoir was going to be fantastic. So I do plan on getting her memoir soon. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to do it on Audible because I just kind of feel like listening to her reading it is going to be bomb, but I'm probably also going to get that in physical form too. So I feel like that's going to be amazing just after having read the introduction to Cicely's memoir. So Just As I Am by Cicely Tyson. Highly, highly, highly suggest. Highly suggest. This one is also another one of, I consider, my 5-star reads this year. And a lot of that also goes to the fact that I kind of personally found some refuge in this book. This book definitely was refuge for me. I picked this up right after we found out my mom's diagnosis, and I just like dove into this book and didn't pick my head back up until it was finished. And it was definitely the warm, cozy respite that I needed. And that is Dating Dr. Dill by Nisha Sharma. This right here. First of all, shout outs to Nisha Sharma because I love her writing. And these books in the series are based off of Shakespearean tales. So I think this one was Taming of the Shrew. And I absolutely loved it. The culture, the food, the romance, I loved it. Our main character here is Karina, and she is going into her 30s. She is unwed, and her aunties, her dad, her sister are all on her like, girl, you gonna get married or what? She is a career woman, and she has focused on her career. She's ready to get back into the dating scene, but she's kind of struggling, right? She's struggling within her own community to find someone that really is for her. Her younger sister is a YouTube influencer, and she is invited onto a local television show that focuses on Dr. Dill right here. She is invited onto the show with a man who claims to not believe in love. He doesn't think that love is necessary. He thinks that it's fake. He thinks that it's all, you know, internal bodily, responses, right? Karina goes to the show, this taping with her sister, and she realizes that Dr. Dill is the guy that she met one night at a bar and had a horrible experience with. She ends up embarrassing herself on camera and ruins her prospects for herself and ends up ruining the funding for Prim, who is Dr. Dill. And they end up in a fake dating relationship to both try to get back on the horse with, one, her dating status, and two, his career goals. I love Prim and Karina. Prim is just, he just doesn't see it right. But, you know, he's been through his own traumas. He has lost someone who he thought was going to be the love of his life. And Karina is just a hopeless romantic. And she's very insistent that she wants a love match. And he doesn't think that that's possible. And I love this so much. I loved their relationship. I love their banter. This book was hilarious. And I love the aunties. I think the next book in this series is coming out in August of next year, I think. It's called Taste Like Shakar. And I think it's about Benjamin and Bunty, who you meet in this book. They're friends of Karina and Prim. I love this. This is my book of the month edition. You guys know I love me some book of the month. I can't remember what month was this. It was March. This is my March pick. I haven't shown you guys my picks. I can show you guys my picks at the end of this video if you guys want to see. Just stay tuned. But yeah, Dating Dr. Dill, I love it. Just warm, cozy feeling. Right. And this was my only like thriller in here. I have other creepy books, but I decided not to go too creepy for this video. I wanted to keep it mainly cozy. And I felt like this was a good one. When No One Is Watching by Alyssa Cole is the thriller that I did not know we needed. And I hate that nobody talks about this book. Like, no one really talks about this book at all. I know Alyssa Cole is known more for her romance novels, but this right here is good. What I was watching is a thriller that revolves around our main character, Sydney. She's born and raised in Brooklyn, and she is seeing how gentrification is tearing up her neighborhood. And it just kind of seems like her neighbors and the people that she grew up with are just kind of dropping like flies, moving out of their apartments, moving out of their flats, and the palm-colored people are moving in. I absolutely love this story. It goes so much deeper than you could have ever imagined. It's the right level of creepy, kind of like a forbidden romance subplot in there too. We're talking gentrification. There's also references to the crack epidemic. I mean, it is, y'all, wild. This was a wild ride, but it speaks so much to the things that we experience as Black people. And I felt like this was so well done, especially for this to be her first thriller. This was really, really good. I gave it to my mom to read, and she was like, wait a minute. Everyone that I have loaned this book to has absolutely loved it. So When No One Is Watching by Alyssa Cole, if you're looking for a really good thriller with a really bomb female lead, highly suggest. Y'all, I just finished this one, and I think this book is going to make me go into a deep dive of this author. And that is The Princess Trap by Talia Hibbert. Y'all, I finished this book last week, and it was so good. Okay, our main character here is Cherry. She is feisty. She works in the HR department, and she is chilling, minding her business until she finds out that there is a fine-ass man at her job for no reason whatsoever. And that is our main male character, Ruben, and he is an undercover prince. He does not have a very good reputation. He has been outed for some not so savory things, and he is trying to lay low while also trying to do his job for his foundation until he meets Miss Cherry here. He takes her out on a date. They end up back at her apartment, and they are caught by paparazzi and a little precarious situation. Ruben comes up with the only thing that he can think of and tells the reporter that this is his fiance, and she is effectively trapped into a fake engagement with the prince of a not very well-known country. I absolutely love this. This is forced proximity. It's fake dating, but they are so cute. And Ruben is not what he seems to be on paper. He is so much more than what people have given him credit for. And I love the softness of Cherry as the main character. She is just all like soft, feminine, sweet, like just everything. And she is the perfect level of softness that Ruben needs. I love their relationship. I thought the story was so cute. And I love that this really was more of an anti-monarchy take on kind of a princess trap situation, right? A lot of times it's glorifying the monarchy, and this does the exact opposite. And I loved every single second of it. I knew I would love this because the author dedication is to the princess lovers who hope for more than a frog. No shade, but shade. And when I read that, I knew that this book was going to be everything for me. I absolutely loved it. I love Cherry and I love Ruben. The side characters were really cute as well. Just a really quick, cute read if you're looking for something warm, fuzzy, and cozy. I have not read, but I already know it's cute. I saw it at Barnes & Noble. I feel like I need to do a book haul because I just got a lot of books in. I got a lot of books for my birthday. I went to Barnes & Noble and forgot to give you guys a haul. And then I'm about to buy more books. If you guys would like a haul, let me know because I will do one right after I get my next package. So the book that I picked up from Barnes & Noble that I saw the cover and just could not leave it is called Witchful Thinking by Celestine Martin. And I'm really excited to check this out. I already know it's going to be cute and cozy. Let's read the back right here. Lucinda Carraway loves living in Freya Grove, the mystic seaside town where charms, hexes, and magical beings of all kinds are the norm. She spends her days teaching high school history and her nights reading tea leaves and tending to her conjure garden. It's a good life, but she can't stop wishing for more. Until one night, that wish turns into a spell, and suddenly Lucy can't say no. Not to a public karaoke performance, not to running a 10K, and most alarmingly, not to her high school crush, Alexander Dwyer, who needs her help unjinxing his new house, which just happens to be right across the street from hers. Alex has spent the last 10 years traveling the world on adventures Lucy has only ever dreamed of, and he's planning to leave again as soon as his house is safe to sell. But until Lucy can unhex herself, she and Alex are stuck together, and with so much magic in the air, maybe the next spell Lucy casts will be the one that convinces him to stay. Y'all, this sounds so cute! I think I'm going to start this when I finish the books I'm reading now. Right now, I'm reading the The Final Strife, which is a meaty book and there's a lot going on. I'm also reading The Hacienda by Isabel Cañas, and the Bindlepunk Bruja. Those are the 3 that I'm reading right now. All kind of high stakes, creepy, witchy. So I think I'm gonna crack this open because I need a little bit of fluff. And I heard that there's a slight bit of spice in this too, which I will take. So I am really excited to get into this. Love me a Black author. Love me some cute Black leads. And y'all, it's so cute. I had to. So Witchful Thinking by Celestine Martin. Y'all, I'll let y'all know what I think, but I already know it's gonna be cute and cozy. This one right here, this is so cute. I picked this up off of recommendation by several people. I know my girl Jessie on TikTok, Exclusive Palm Beach Living, she has suggested this, as well as several other people. I kept seeing it and I was like, okay, I need to get it. This is A Proposal They Can't Refuse by Natalie Caña. And y'all, first of all, this cover is so cute. And I absolutely loved it. This is forced dating, forced proximity, kind of fake dating. We have our 2 main characters, Camila and Liam, and their families are very highly interconnected and woven together. Their grandfathers are old best friends, and they have both opened up their own individual businesses connected to each other. So Liam and Camila have grown up together, and they are kind of like nemesis at this point. They tolerate each other. They used to be best friends. Liam lost his parents and he just kind of went cold on her, and they haven't really been close since. They find out that Liam's grandfather has been diagnosed with cancer, and in an effort to save her family's restaurant and to keep Liam and his family's distillery business, their grandfather set them up into a forced engagement. And it is cute. It's hilarious. I love seeing them repairing their friendship. Camila is kind of like, she's a dreamer, right? She has so many things that she wants to do with her family's restaurant. She has so many dreams that she has put on the back burner for the sake of her family, almost to her own detriment in a way that she kind of can't let go. And nobody really believes in her but Liam. And Liam is the brains and the crux of the operations of his family's distillery. And he's trying to keep his dad's legacy alive, while also making that business more than what it ever has been. Their working relationship, their friendship, and the way that their new loving relationship develops is just so cute. It's a quick read. I love the banter. They are hilarious together. Their grandfathers are hilarious. And Camila's grandfather in particular is quite the matchmaker, and I have the feeling that we're going to be getting more books. That's all I'm gonna say. So yeah, A Proposal They Can't Refuse, super duper cute if you need something light, fluffy. Also really great descriptions of like food. Absolutely love it. Also another book that has bomb descriptions of food. This one was one of my top books from 2021, and that is With the Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo. I love Elizabeth Acevedo's writing. She is one of my favorite Latinx authors. This book was so good. The main character here is Imani Santiago, and she got pregnant as a freshman, and you see her journey as a mom who is also navigating her life as a child who has big dreams of becoming a chef. Imani has always had dreams of working in kitchens and being a chef, but after having her child, she kind of felt like her ability to have that dream was stifled in order for her to be able to take care of her family. And with those big dreams, she decided that she's going to enter into cooking classes at her school, where her school is also entered into this cooking competition, raising money for them to be able to go on and get into the college programs that they so desire. This was really just heartwarming. It was real life, but in the best way possible. It's gritty, but also there's just so much comfort in it. the familial aspects of this book and also some of the familial letdowns as well. This was so good. Such a comfy, cozy read with a bright future at the end. Absolutely loved it. I absolutely love our lead, FMC. This was just really, really good. It was really good. And like I said, Elizabeth Acevedo can do no wrong. Her writing is fabulous. But certainly not least, we have another one of my 5-star reads this year, Restore Me by J.L. Seegars, y'all. I also found J.L. Seegars on TikTok. And this book right here, look, the only thing that makes me sad about this book is the fact that I'm never going to find a man like Dominic. They don't make them like that in real life. I need me a Dominic. This is kind of like second chance romance, enemies to lovers. We have our main FMC, Sloane, who is coming out of a 4-year slump after the death of her husband. He was the love of her life. They met in college, and she put all of her love, hopes, and dreams into that marriage, and she lost him too soon. You have Dominic, our lead male, who was Chris's best friend, and little does Sloane know, he actually met Sloane first, fell in love with her, and then had his heart broken after finding out that Sloane never remembered meeting him and fell for his best friend. He has, given her the cold shoulder over all of these years. She can't stand him. He can't stand her. But now the two of them are put on the same project. They are forced into proximity, and they kind of come up with this contract to get Sloane back into dating. So they're kind of like fake dating, but in real life, they're crazy for each other. I love it. There are some off-page bits of trauma in here, both with Sloane and the things that happened in her marriage, as well as Dominic and the things that happened within his life to kind of harden him. But it's so good. The spice, y'all, the spice was spicing. J.L. Seegars, ma'am, I had fanned myself, but it was good. And I just love the two of them together. I love Sloane. She's just everything. I'm really excited to read Revive Me. I already have the first part of Revive Me on my shelf, and I think part 2 is coming out on the 22nd, I believe. And that is about Mallory. I was able to get the special edition cover. I think she may have more special editions on her Etsy store. If you go on her TikTok and click her link tree, I think she has all of that there in her store. So I think you can still get these, just not on Amazon. If you go on Amazon, you'll get the original cover. Restore Me by J.L. Seegars. This is one of my favorite romances that I have read this year. I mean, it's everything. So good. All right, and if you're still here, that means you wanted to see my Book of the Month picks as promised, because I don't think I'll get another chance to share them with y'all outside of Instagram and TikTok. And I'll have both of those down below if you want to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I have a Pinterest too. But these are my October and November picks. I picked up the Ex Hex by Erin Sterling, and also The Kiss Curse by Erin Sterling. I haven't gotten into these yet. I've heard that this one was okay, and a lot of people said that this one was better than the first, but I felt like I needed to get both, so I got both of those. I also picked up Foul Lady Fortune by Chloe Gong. I haven't read anything by Chloe Gong, don't know much about the author. I just know that she wrote These Violent Delights and Our Violent Ends. I think it's Romeo and Juliet YA retelling. But I was really excited to read this. The overall premise of the story sounds really interesting. It takes place in the 1930s in Shanghai. So I'm really curious about this. So excited about that. And then I also got a book that would make me cry. Okay, so I was kind of annoyed because for November, the picks were not that great. But they had really, really good add-ons that I didn't notice until I had already made my pick. So they had Bloodmarked as an add-on, which I wasn't going to get anyway because I wanted my books to match. And then they also had Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan, which just came out. It came out yesterday, when I'm filming this yesterday. But But yeah, like I was just sitting there and I'm like, these should have been in the book of the month picks, not just a Black struggle love book. Like, come on, you know? Sometimes I get really frustrated with the things that they add as add-ons that I feel like really should be featured as book of the month books, because the books were lacking for November. But I did pick up Someday Maybe. I already know this book is going to make me cry just from reading the little blurb on the inside. Here are 3 things you should know about my husband. 1, he was the great love of my life despite his penchant for going incommunicado. 2, he was, as far as I and everyone else could tell, perfectly happy, which is significant because 3, on New Year's Eve, he killed himself. And here's 1 thing you should know about me. 1, I found him. Bonus fact, I am not okay. Someday Maybe is a stunning and witty debut novel about a young woman's emotional journey through unimaginable loss, pulled along by her tight-knit Nigerian family, a posse of new friends, and the love and laughter she shared with her husband. So I already know this book is going to make me cry, but I'm excited to read it. And also the author is like gorgeous. Can we just, yeah. So I'm excited to check this out. I'm not really into doing book reviews, so I doubt y'all will get a review. But if I love it, y'all are going to find out one way or another. Again, if you're not familiar with Book of the Month, they're a subscription service. I think you get your first book for $9.99. And the regular subscription is $17.99 each month. And each add-on is $10. It's a relatively inexpensive way to get really good new releases. And hardback as well, because they only do hardbacks. And I've loved my subscription. This is the only subscription that I have kept for longer than 3 months. I have officially had the subscription for a year, and I absolutely have enjoyed it. I found a lot of really, really good reads on there. I've been introduced to new authors on there. So for me, I do enjoy it. It's a great way to discover new books and pick up things that I wouldn't always read. And I will have a link for them down below for you guys to check out. If you do want to check out Book of the Month, I think right now they're doing promos for gifts too. So you can purchase like 6-month and 12-month subscriptions for your friends as well. If you think that you have someone in your family who would like something like that, you can gift them a Book of the Month subscription too. It's a really easy thing to get somebody without having to do a bunch of shopping and all that good stuff. So I'll have the link below for you guys to check out. All right, guys, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You guys let me know, what have you been reading, especially if they are Black, Latinx, POC. I want to know all of them. Hit me with them. And again, if you guys would like to see another book haul, I have a sizable amount of books to share. So just let me know in the comments and I will do it when I get my next package, okay? I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.